Happy Monday. How happy was your Monday? Thought I'd pop on for a little bit, give a little talk. It's about goal setting, what keeps us from our goals. Maybe you have a secret goal. I don't know. Let's talk about it. Thought I'd pop in. I had a great day. A great day other than I work with a torch. I grabbed a hold of that torch. I got a big old blister, but I didn't cry. Hey, Rhonda. So, yeah, but other than that, my day was great. Other than the blister. Hey, Rick. So, let's just talk about goal setting, what keeps us from it. You know, we all have this. We all have life changes. Life never stays the same. You know, sometimes when we're in our 20s, we're like happy-go-lucky and all our futures like bright ahead of us. I just lost my paper. And, yeah, things just change sometimes. Maybe your job is gone. You know, you're laid off. Maybe your marital status has changed. Maybe all of a sudden you're a caretaker for someone. Or maybe you just want to change things in your life. Maybe you want to find a job, or maybe you want to come home. Life changes. Hey, Joe. So let's just talk about some of the things that keeps us from hitting our goal. Hey, Mary. How are you? So, usually it's fear. We've talked about fear, you know, regret for the past and fear for the future. And where that comes through is sometimes we don't pull a trigger. You know, we're worried. What can happen? Am I smart enough? Do I know how to do this? Some of us, maybe you are like one of those learners, like you really investigate, but you end up spinning your wheels because you're just reading, and, you know, going to workshops, trying to figure out, you know, how to do it. And sometimes you just need to learn while you go. You just got to like jump in with both feet. Sometimes that's the best thing, because being over prepared can stop us. And a lot of life is all about timing. How many times have you went through your life and you're talking to somebody about your past and you're thinking, you know what, I really should have took that offer. Or I really should have done this, or, you know, look where I would be, or, you know, life would have been a little bit different. Wish I'd bought that house. We have, you know, it's normal to have regrets, but, you know, a lot of times our regrets for the past comes from we are afraid of our future. We're afraid to take that little risk. You know, you got to feel the fear, and you got to do it anyway. You can't let fear stop you. You know, fear is natural. Fear is part of what protects us, but it also can be a hindrance and stop you from your goals, because, you know, that little self-confidence, a lot of times you can look like you have a lot of confidence, but inside you're secretly worried about what people think of you. You know, are they laughing at me? I'm not as smart as they think I am. That's all that self-talk that we all do, but we all have to fight against. That will stop you from your goals. And I'm not talking just about huge goals. I'm talking about little goals. You know, we all have things we wish we could do, or we thought about a really good idea and we're afraid to start. You know, there's something in our lives. We have been there. We all have been there. You know, it's like a little too late. You know, sometimes you have to spring on it because, you know, the timing is right. And later on, the timing isn't right, you know, so you got to do it. So vulnerability. Vulnerability is a scary thing. Hey, Bill. You know, sometimes you don't want to be real. You know, you don't want people to see who you really are. But vulnerability is part of a courageous life. It is. Being who you are, being authentic, being sharing, maybe sharing your fears, but you've got to be real and you've got to be authentic, because that's what obviously helps other people. But it just furthers your goals to get where you need to be through your personal development. Now, I wouldn't want to go into a business meeting, you know, putting your vulnerability out there, but you can't be afraid of vulnerability in your everyday life. Hey, Susan. So that's important. When you're realness, you have, that's your self-respect. You're going to, it takes guts to risk judgment. It takes guts. And so in your goals, sometimes that's that. You are risking judgment. You're worried about somebody judging you. Therefore, you don't go as far as you could go because that's kind of held you back. So that's something to think about. You don't want to dwell on your failures. Failure is a big word, and it's all what you think a failure is. To me, I think failure is when you quit. So you have to keep on. You have to push by. I mean, I don't know what is your definition of failure. I don't know. But you can't focus on that. You have to focus on the good things. And we all have these great talents. We may think they're little talents, but to somebody else, they're great. So you focus on what's good and do not focus on what you call a failure. Very important. You got to rehearse that positive outcome. You have to visualize it. Because if you get what you expect, so always expect the best. So, visualize being successful. Don't visualize the judgment or, falling on your face. You can't do that. That's what holds you back. Fear's a liar. The things you tell yourself are lies, when it comes to fear. So that's going to hold you back from your goals. Don't procrastinate. Again, timing. Don't just sit and put it off. How about this? Get off your butt. How many times did I really do this. Interjecting the word but. Here's my famous one. Now I work full time and I'm a caretaker for my dad. Every day I go down there, make sure he has food. I mean, that's just my life. So sometimes I go, you know what? I could do this, but I don't have any time. Or I could do this, but this is what holds me back. No, we got to get off your butt. Get rid of the butt. If there's a will, there's a will. There is a way. What's important? For instance, just say you want to have your own business. I've had a few businesses in my life. Used to be an automotive business. But if you want to have your own business, you're going to have to work hard and you're going to have to be focused. Because which is better, working hard for yourself or, slaving for someone else's dream for 20, 30 years? I mean, if having your own business is your dream, you're going to have to understand that it's just not going to happen. It's all up to you. You got to get rid of the fear. You got to get out. You got to have your goals. You got to not be afraid. This is what it takes. Or you could just, sit behind a desk for somebody else. It just depends. You can do both. But you cannot think that success is just going to come without hard work. Look sharp. Nothing makes a girl feel better and having, thinking she looks good. That does give you confidence. So that helps you. If you're having a little bit of trouble in your confidence area, spruce yourself up a little bit. That I promise that makes you feel better. To always do the right thing. You got that little guy on your shoulder or little gal on your shoulder. When you do something that's not right, you know it, you feel it, and you beat yourself up over it, and then that also hurts your confidence. So that's just all I have to say. Hey, Presh, I just wanted to give you some little tips on goal setting, the pitfalls, what can hold you back. You've got to get rid of the fear. You cannot, again, do not regret the past and have fear for the future. You just got to jump in and you got to do it. There's no better time than now. And don't worry about not knowing what you think you have to know. You get in there and you learn it on the job. Because if you fall down, you're going to get right back up again. So love you all. Have a wonderful evening. Be nice to yourself. Don't listen to the fear. Just go for it. And you can do it because I have confidence in you. Love you. Bye.